Shark King here, coming at you from ChooseYourRelationships.com. What 3 ways can you become more attractive to women? And this really transcends women. It could be business, it could be relationships, it could be working a job, it could be doing a presentation, it could be how you present yourself. So this really is much bigger and much more broader than just women. And you know what? I think you would agree that it's much better to be the hunted instead of the hunter. I think you would agree with me when I say that. So, there's a lot of people out here that's being misled. And I used to be one of those people. And I had to learn a lot of things through trial and error because I didn't really have anybody to guide me along the way once I left my parents' house at 20 years old. But through the last 22 years, I can say that, there's 3 to 4 things that you can really start doing today, TNT, today, not tomorrow, that can really change how people perceive you. And you can get a different response from people. And the good news is most people aren't doing it. And it's going to be easy for you to stand out. Because my philosophy is either you stand out or don't bother. And as they always say, I don't remember who said it, but they say it's crowded at the bottom, but it's lonely at the top. So, the first thing you can do, and I do this naturally, is when you're out and about socializing, hanging with your friends, your family, or maybe you might just be rolling solo. I don't know. But wherever you go, you have to be very confident, man. Confident in yourself. I'm talking about you have to be so confident until no one else might not believe in what you're saying or what you're doing. But you have to believe in yourself. Like, people are going to sometimes think you're crazy. You have to believe in yourself when no one else thinks anything. When no one else can see your vision. When no one else can see where you're coming from, where you're going, how you're getting there. You have to believe in yourself like you're on another planet or some shit like that. So you have to be very confident. And the good news is you're already enough. You're good. The person that you are today, you're already enough. You don't need to be like anybody else. You don't have to get dressed like somebody else. You don't have to wear your clothes like this, wear your pants like that, wear your sneakers like this. You don't have to get the Yeezys. You don't have to get the latest Nikes. You don't have to get the Apple computer. You're already good. Because you're still living, you're still breathing, and hopefully you have good health. So, as long as you have good health, you're still breathing, you're alive, trust me, and you still have your hands and your feet and all your body parts are intact, you're good. So you got to be very confident. And the second thing is you have to be very clear about what you stand for, the message that you try to get across to people, And people have to know where you're going in life, what plans you have, and it can't be any confusion. I mean, people, you have to damn near force people to be straight with you. You have to know if y'all on the same page or not. Because either, my philosophy is, either you're with me or against me. There's no in between. There's no neutral playground. So, if you're not with me, you're in the damn way. So you have to get the point across, get a clear message across. People have to know what you're all about. Because either people are building you up or tearing you down. And some people, you're going to have to get rid of them because they're dead weight. And you see, a lot of people like to play small and they like to sit on the side and act like cheerleaders. If that's the case, some of those people you're going to have to let them go. And I know you might be saying, hey, what about if they're family members? Hey, there's no rule book that says you can't cut family members off. You don't necessarily got to cut them off, but you can limit your time that you spend with them. Because either people are building you up or tearing you down. So if you're hanging around people that's not really building you up, or you're not learning anything from them, or they're not supporting you, or they're not of value to you, you're wasting your time with them. Really. You're really wasting your time. So there's no neutral playground. Either you're with me or against me. And another thing that I do a lot is most people, unfortunately, are coming from a bad place. So you really got to build people up. You really got to see something in them that they don't see within themselves sometimes. So you got to kind of like pump them up like little Johnny. When you remember when you was a little kid, or maybe you knew some other little kid that you were playing with, and maybe you ever noticed that a lot of parents used to always say stuff to the kids and try to get them motivated. They might give them a good word here and there, or they might say, hey, you can do it. Well, you got to do that with adults too today, because let's just be honest, a lot of people have been beaten down through life. So, so they really forgot how to have fun. They really forgot how to just, they're all confused about a lot of shit. So you have to know that's where most people are coming from when you meet them. Because they've been beaten down. So you have to have patience with a lot of people. And you have to build them up and try and find something to relate to, and hopefully y'all have something in common. And, try to build them up, because everybody is coming in with something. There's something wrong with everybody. Everybody got some shit with them. Whether it's me, you, or your wife, your girlfriend, your parents, your brothers, your sisters. Everybody has some type of issue going on, because in this society that we live in, it's not the most healthiest and the most best environment to be living in. It ain't the worst either, but it ain't the best. Because what happens is you got the television, which is the greatest weapon ever created. But people look at television like crazy, and they feed into a lot of the BS that they see on television. Then you got the magazines. And then you got the newspapers. And the mainstream media is like a machine. It runs 24 hours a day, even when you're asleep. So this is what you have to fight against. I'm not saying you're going to win, but this is what you have to fight against. And you have to realize that most people are drifters. A drifter meaning y'all might have an agreement, conversations about something that y'all are supposed to do, and y'all come to agreement, and you be like, yeah, I agree, yeah, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, right? As soon as that person leaves, they automatically forget everything y'all talked about. They throw all that shit out the window, and they start doing some other shit once they get back in the environment where they're used to, where they're comfortable. That's just like if somebody that works a job, when they go to their job, they're in a different environment, and most people behave very differently, right? But when they come home, they're back to their normal self, whatever that is. So most people are drifters, and then you got a small percentage of people that are non-drifters. So that's what you're dealing with here. Most people, they're all over the place mentally. They're just trying to figure it out, just like we're all trying to figure it out. And all of us, no one has all the answers. All I have, and all I can tell you, is what I did and what's worked for me and people that around me. That's it. This is why I don't like to call myself a relationship expert. I don't call myself an expert. What I am, I'm an expert when it comes to my life. I can't be an expert when it comes to your life and anyone else's life. This is why I always say, I'm telling you what I did and what worked for me and how I overcame all my trials and tribulations. So, you got to be clear about what people, the message that you get across to people, and you got to always be building, and you have to be very confident, and you have to care about people. And this is a big one, man, because most people don't really care about people today. I would say a good 15, 20 years ago, people actually took the time to listen to what people were saying. But today, most people are so self-absorbed and they really think about themselves most of the time. They don't really sit and listen to what people are talking about. So there's this old saying that goes, I don't remember who said it. It says, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And it's true, because being educated and having all the material things, it doesn't really impress people very long. Now, maybe on face value, yeah, people might be impressed. That's nice car, nice clothes, nice women. But after a while, that wears off. So it's like a hot shower, and it cools off. But people don't really care about all that stuff. They only care about how much you care about them. Because most people can spot a fraud. Most people know if you're bullshitting or not. So when you're around people, how do you make them feel? What do you say to them? You got to ask yourself this question. And when you leave them, and when you call them, by any chance, you might call them on their cell phone. And when they see your number pop up, what do they think? Do they smile? Are they eager to answer the telephone? And this is based on how you make them feel when they're around you. So this is why you have to care about people. And it's not enough to just say, oh, I'm sorry about your loss. Oh, I'm sorry that things didn't go your way. Oh, I'm sorry that you got a divorce. No, you have to take action. You have to show them today. You have to show them that you care. You can't just throw out little words and make it seem like you care, because everybody's doing that. You have to blow people away. Action. TNT today, not tomorrow. And the good news is you can start using these ideas today. And most people aren't using it because most people are self-absorbed, and they're lame and frustrated and lazy. So, if you like what you heard in this video, subscribe to my channel. And P.S. and by the way, I wrote about this stuff in deep details in my book called Love Can't Wait. Go get it on Amazon. Don't cheat yourself, treat yourself. So until next time, Sharp Keem is out. Peace.